Welcome back to The Void, you guys. I am your host, John, and you are watching The Weird and Unexplained with John. Today, today we are talking about why you should never, under any circumstances, shoot at a flying saucer. Now, look, we've covered some interesting stories, but today is a geological tragedy disguised as a Cold War fever dream. Now, I was scrolling through the CIA reading room because pretty much that's where my social life goes today. And I found a declassified report about a group of Soviet soldiers who didn't just see a UFO, they killed it. And in return, that same UFO then turned them into garden ornaments. So buckle up, we're going to Siberia. Now, picture this. It's the late 1980s. The Soviet Union is in its awkward teenage years phase. A military unit in Siberia is out doing military things, probably being cold and wishing they had better hats, when all of a sudden a flying metallic saucer appears. Now, if you see a craft that defies the laws of physics, most people, including myself, would take a blurry photo and then post it on Facebook or Reddit or some social media platform. But not these guys. These guys had a surface to air missile. Someone, and we don't know exactly who, because he's probably a decorated pillar by now, decided to launch it and directly hit it. The craft, it goes down. Now, here is where it gets a little unhinged. According to the KGB files, five small humanoids with giant heads and huge black eyes crawl out of that wreckage. They didn't come out swinging space swords and lasers. They just stood in a circle. They held hands and they started humming. Not kidding. They formed a kumbaya circle of doom. The report says these five entities merged together like a terrifying biological Voltron. They became a single brilliant, buzzing white sphere. Imagine being a Soviet soldier standing there with your AK 47, watching five gray aliens turn into a giant glowing golf ball. What do you even do? You can't even train for that. And then, flash. A light brighter than 1,000 suns. When the dust settled, the sphere was gone. The aliens were also gone. But 23 soldiers who were watching were found transformed into limestone. Yes, limestone. Calcium carbonate, sedimentary rock. They didn't die of radiation, they didn't burn. Their molecular structure was rearranged instantly. They were statues. 23 men, frozen in whatever pose they were in, when they had realized they messed up royally. Now, you're wondering, how do we know this? Well, there were two survivors, and the only reason they survived, they were standing in the shade of some trees. Apparently, the most advanced alien weapon in the known universe is defeated by a pine tree. If you're being hunted by Medusa aliens, apparently hiding behind a bush is top tier tactical advice, I guess. The CIA actually looked into this quite seriously, serious enough to translate the report and file it under menacing cases. Think about that. The same agency that tracks nuclear silos was worried about the incident of that instant statue moment. The KGB allegedly moved the 23 stoned soldiers to a secret research center near Moscow. Imagine being the intern who has to dust them. Oh, that's just Sergeant Ivan over there. He was a great guy. Did really solid work, quite literally. So, is it real? Now, it first appeared in a Ukrainian tabloid. Does that mean it's fake? Well, probably. Does it mean that I'm going to stop thinking about it? Absolutely not. Because here's the unhinged part. If this did happen, it means there's a weapon out there that doesn't just kill you, it changes what you're made of. Is that what's inside the Tic Tac UFOs or any other form? Are we one bad decision away from becoming a patio set or a garden statue? Maybe. So, the moral of the story is if you see a UFO, don't shoot it. Just wave, be polite, maybe offer some snacks like a Snickers. But whatever you do not give them a reason to hold hands because we now know what happens when you do. Thanks for hanging out in the weird corner of the internet. If you want more declassified insanity, check out the video that I made on the Phoenix Lights. Stay weird, stay unhinged, and for the love of God, stay in the shade. Maybe by a pine tree.